the Republicans are going to have to get tough. When you look at what they've done to weaponize elections, what a disgrace that is. So I don't know. It looks like it's maybe not going to work out.
Our analysis on a shutdown really is tied to how long it happens. But one can expect like a 0.1 to 0.2%, I think most economists agree, hit to GDP. The hope is, though, during a shutdown, if that happened, the economy would be able to pick that GDP loss up in the next quarter. So it may not be a permanent loss. But why risk our economy for a manufactured shutdown, all a problem within one conference in Congress? I say 0.1 and 2, and that doesn't sound big. 0.1% of our economy is $26 billion.
You guys are still here?
We are here.
Well, I think we had an interesting conversation there, but we continue to work through trying to find the way out of this. I firmly believe there are no winners in a government shutdown, and I think that's the best way forward to make sure the government does not shut down. Question.
So what are
you going to do now? Are you open to a clean continuing resolution for a couple of weeks? Is that where you're headed now?
I think if we had a clean one without Ukraine on it, we could probably be able to move that through. I think if the Senate puts Ukraine on there and focuses Ukraine over America, I think that could cause real problems.
So are you waiting without border provisions? Is that what you're saying? You think that?
As well, look, our goal is to secure the border, and that works as we work the appropriations. As you remember, the House is the only one that's passed any appropriations, 70% of all the discretionary. The Senate has not. I think it's productive if we keep the House open while we finish our work. And so what I've directed the members is they were supposed to be out next week. They won't. We're back here finishing our work, and we'll finish through all 12 appropriations.
So what's your time?
No, you asked me a question of which way to go and where we're going. I look at what the Senate is doing, and I think what the Senate produces, if they produce it in the manner that they are, is probably lead us to a shutdown. If they produced a clean ability to keep the government open while we finished our work and they've got into their approach bills, I think we could solve that problem.
At what point is reaching out to Democrats preferable to failing again with just Republicans?
I don't know. Did we fail when we passed all those approach bills?
You failed on the CR today.
The CR didn't pass, but it's just like in life. If you quit after the first time, it's only a failure if you quit. If
or
the
do you do the
clock
same thing
runs
over and
out.
over again? I mean, do you intend to reach out to Democrats to perhaps pursue a different outcome?
I have talked to Democrats. Unfortunately, Democrats don't even want to vote for a clean one. I think they want to sit down.
That's something you're going to accept.
We're talking about keeping the government open, and they're changing the priorities. I think when you're talking about keeping the government open, when you're dealing with CR, you're dealing with what you're just funding right now. That's extra, and that's a whole nother discussion. So if they would like to keep the government open, which I would like to do, we would be able to move forward as we finish our appropriation bills. Thank you all very much.
What are you putting forward tomorrow to avoid a shutdown?
Well, with the government shutdown looming, we were worried that if we didn't do it soon, we wouldn't be able to get it before we actually needed to in 2 weeks. Since everything is done and we're already paid and like the license and application, everything went through, we just have to wait until we actually get married, sign it, and then return it within 10 days. Although, if hopefully the government's open by then. If not, then we have to wait until after that period to return it.
So I came in today to pick up the marriage license for my fiance and I. We're getting married October 28th. And we heard that if the government shuts down, you can't get a marriage license. So we wanted to make sure we were covered for our wedding. I was a little nervous. Yeah, I mean, I know that we're getting married in the church, so we've been getting all the documents ready. But yeah, I was just concerned of we're DC residents. Where do we file our paperwork, or what do we do if documents can't get done in time? And obviously, we want to get married on that day, so want to be sure that all of our ducks are in a row. I think our actual wedding mass will be shorter than that wait time. So.
We walked in at about 2:00 p.m. today, knowing that the marriage license bureau said they were going to be open until 4. So we're leaving now a little over 3 hours later, and there's still probably at least over a dozen couples who are trying to beat the shutdown.
Yeah, at its peak, there were probably, I don't know, 25, 30 other couples in there, and it's thinned out as the day went on. But yeah, still quite a few left in there trying to. Yeah, and in terms of nerves, like, I think this had happened in 2019, and the city acted pretty quickly to make sure that marriage licenses continued to be issued. And also, shutdowns typically don't last for too long. But again, we did not want to take any chances, so we prioritized getting here today, and making sure we could take care of this, so there were no risks.
Mm-hmm.